Hey, let's do this energy check-in. All right, so what I've got so far is the Four of Wands with the Four of Pentacles. I feel the Four of Wands in reverse with the Four of Pentacles. Basically saying, I feel like you're holding on to what is actually going to make you happy and releasing anything that is not. And you're actually taking the time to realize what it is that actually makes you happy. At one point in your life, maybe it was, going out and having some parties. Maybe it was having a lot of friends. Maybe it meant having a certain social status. Maybe it was having certain type of things. You just kind of, I feel like now there's just a reevaluation of what really makes you happy, who really makes you happy, and then just making efforts to only hold on to that. The superficial things to you, I think you've realized there are certain things that were really more superficial, or they appear to be more superficial to you now. Okay. The Magician is the basis or the heart of the situation. So I really feel like what you're doing now is really remanifesting or starting over. You're creating new situations, new circumstances, new opportunities, new ideas, lots of new things. I feel like there's, because you've had this realization of, what's important to you or what you'd like to release and what you really want to hold on to, you're creating a new dynamic for yourself. So you're saying, you know what, I can get rid of this. I'm letting all these things release. And you're basically making space for new things to come in. So that's that Magician energy. You're creating new endeavors for yourself is what I'm feeling here. I'm seeing the Nine of Pentacles in reverse in the past. And it actually feels good to be right there because I think, well, I don't know if it feels good, but what it does in a sense, basically it's saying what I'm feeling is in the past, you didn't understand how to value yourself. You didn't understand how your self-worth, your possibility, I guess, is that the possibilities that you could fulfill. You didn't see yourself in the full light that you could see. You weren't nurturing yourself the way that you could have been nurturing. You just weren't really allowing yourself to be appreciated the way that you deserve to be appreciated. And I feel like that has since turned around for you. I feel like you recognize that, where you're now saying, in the past, I used to do this, and this. And it's like now you're realizing I don't have to do those things. Because one, they're not being appreciated, and then two, they might be taxing on me, or they didn't really make me happy, or whatever it was. But you're just realizing that you're valuable. Maybe there were people who didn't realize that you're worth, and so now you do that. You do, and you've removed yourself from those situations. So that's what I'm feeling for that now. In your crowning thoughts, I'm seeing the moon, which I really feel like is you just really paying attention a lot more. I'm going to pull that over there. You paying attention a lot more to your intuition. There are some things that still will be revealed to you. But you're definitely very much aware of your feelings and your emotions right now. You're very capable of diving deep into here you go. I didn't show it to you. You're very capable of diving deep and looking into your attitude, your feelings, and your emotions to handle situations from this point forward. I'm sorry. I'm sitting here and I'm sitting in this position just because I was thinking, and I look down and I see that you have the Queen of Swords in your upcoming energy, which is exactly what it feels like. Like you're really taking the time to sit in your feelings, right? And then you are then contemplating how to handle it. So you're taking this pause to look at things. Underneath the deck is the Justice card in reverse, as well as the High Priestess, right? And that's kind of the energy that I'm feeling here, this High Priestess energy, where you're saying, let me think about this. Let me reevaluate this. How can I move forward without really being so emotionally charged? And also looking at this in the long run, in the long term. How is my response going to help things for the future. Okay. But I want to shuffle and I want to get a little bit more on this moon or this crowning energy. What's in your thoughts? Let's see what's going on there. Tell me a little bit more about the crowning thoughts, please. Okay. I'm seeing the Seven of Cups in reverse and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Oh, let me show it to you. I'm feeling like seeds planted or sorry, when I went to show you, I lost the train of thought that I had there. I think you're still not seeing exactly where your seeds are planted, or you're not seeing the harvest. Okay. You're not quite seeing the harvest come in, and so you're questioning, are you making the right decisions? Are you making the right moves? Are you in a good space? Things like that. Like you're questioning it because you're not really seeing what's happening, and you're wondering, are you too emotionally involved? And the answer is no. It's just that it's just not time. You're really actually just waiting for things to fall in line. You have planted plenty of seeds, and you continue to do that. And what you're doing is you're fertilizing the soil. Okay. Okay. It's like you may not realize what you're doing right now, or you may not see the benefit of it right now, but it definitely is going to pay off in the long run. Okay, I feel like there's longevity here. Remember, the Knight of Pentacles does move a little bit slow, but he's definitely going to get success for sure. That's what you know. And so I feel like you're just trotting along the path or going along the path, and things may be moving a little bit slow, or you may not see things happening, but they are. They really are. And underneath the deck there is the Knight of Swords. So definitely things are moving. They're just moving on in the energetic realm, so you can't see it. So air energy, sword energy, there things are happening. Then you may not be seeing it in your physical world, but they're definitely happening energetically for you. Okay, so continue to take the pause and look introspective, take some introspect, and look at how you feel about a situation, right? And then once you have your emotions, you're clear about how you feel about something, you want to make sure that then when you make your action to move forward, that you're not just making it solely based out of an emotional space, but that you're actually taking the time to use your Queen of Swords energy and your Knight of Pentacles energy to say, what is a fair, I put the Justice card back, but where's a fair and just way to handle this, and how can I make sure that handling this situation in this way leads to success later on in the future, or continued success. I feel like that's where you're at right now. You're really not afraid of your emotions. Again, because you're creating for yourself, you're really removing all types of things, and that if you don't know, there, then your emotions are very important for you to be able to get in tune with, because it's going to be being comfortable with those emotions and knowing yourself is going to affect how you respond to things, right? So if you know what your triggers are and you know that you're about to get triggered, you have to be like, oh, that's good, that's a triggering thing, but I know I'm at work, so let me not pop off, right? So it's like you're taking that time to know, you're knowing yourself, and ooh, I have the tendency to be like this, so let me make a better decision, or let me stop, pause, and reevaluate that, because I know that I can be emotional. But it's good that you know that. It's good that you're really aware, because then you can look at a situation from your emotional space, as well as, okay, but is that really practical? Am I just being emotional, or was there something else to this, right? So I feel like you're just really being in tune with where you're coming from, and you're addressing it. You're saying, well, this made me feel a certain type of way, so I want to address that. If I'm wrong, okay. Let's work it out. But there's nothing, I'm just expressing how I feel in the situation. There's nothing, nobody can really argue with how you feel. They may not agree with it, but those are still your feelings. That's what you felt. And there's no, like, what can you say? That's what you felt. So, yeah. What he said. I don't know if you guys can hear the little dog barking. Tell me about this Queen of Swords. I want to know what she's over here contemplating. What's going on? Also seeing the root chakra here. Taking some time to really stay grounded and focused with that root chakra. So your root chakra, I feel like, is really, it's, oh, okay, no wonder your root chakra, okay. Sorry, I get a lot of images or things that come in really quick, and so I have to piece them together, and then I'm like, okay, sometimes it's too much, too fast, and I can't speak it out fast enough. Okay, correlation, got it. Your root chakra is a little bit unbalanced because you're in magician mode, is what I was getting. It's basically saying you're stirring up the pot, right? You're reevaluating what's important to you. You're reevaluating your morals, your standards, what feels secure to you. So you're re-establishing your foundation, right? And because you're doing that, which is your root chakra, where everything starts, the foundation of things, you're redoing that, so it needs particular attention, or it's getting particular attention right now because you're reshifting things. I keep seeing like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. I see that kind of, so you're not oh, wow, that's crazy. I forgot that the tower was sitting right here. It just came out. It's not like you're falling over or anything, toppling or anything, but it's definitely you're rebuilding your foundation. So you really want to make sure that you're focusing there on that root chakra and solidifying it, and that you're making decisions that you're going to live with, or you're going to be solid with. Like, you want to make a good solid foundation so that you can have that security as you proceed forward in this Queen of Swords, Knight of Pentacles energy, because you're creating right now. You're really creating. You're creating the things that are going to be the basis of your happiness. Okay, so with that Four of Wands, and again, seeing this Nine of Pentacles, again, you're really just now recognizing your worth. So really, this Nine of Pentacles, when I would move her over, she would just be now in the upright position. I feel like this is where you're in the upright position now, because you truly are seeing your worth where you didn't before. Okay, what you bring to the table. All right, the Queen of Swords energy, the Tower comes out. Okay. So again, which is not surprising to me. What I'm seeing is just a lot of change, and it just really looks like it's more internal. Traditionally, towers look, are buildings and so forth that are toppling over. But what I'm seeing here is this tree, and is this lens dirty? Because I don't know if it's. I feel like it's hazy for y'all. Let me see if I can wipe it off really quick. I don't think that really helped, but maybe it's just the lighting today. I don't have a lot of light today, but the tower is usually a building that's toppling over. Right now I see like a tree trunk. I also see, or maybe like a cocoon, what have you. And I see these butterflies. So I see lots of transformation, and that's not surprising because you are in magician mode. I said earlier, I see that Leaning Tower of Pisa. I feel like this is a lot of, like, there's some things that are just a little bit, there may be some things that do fall, and that's okay because you are making space. So whatever falls and clears, it's okay. When you rebuild it, you're going to be rebuilding it on a very solid and secure foundation again, right? You're going to restart this. So you're okay with allowing things to fall. You are making space for change in your life and for new opportunities to come in. You have been harvesting, and now this change that's going to happen, or that's coming in, is going to it's like you've acquired all of the skills, like the little squirrel. You've acquired all of the skills, all of the little nuts, right? And you've been gathering them and gathering them and gathering them. And then there's like this emotional breakthrough, or this emotional change, or this maturity, or this mindset that you are in now, or that you switch on, and it really just completely changes the trajectory. I don't use that word too often, so let's pick a different one. I can't say that. It changes the course of how you begin living your life from that moment forward. You're making decisions, new morals, new virtues, new standards, new whatever, and you're reestablishing yourself and how you want to live your life moving forward. Hopefully that all made sense. But that's what I feel like the Queen of Swords is really focusing on, is this the transformation within yourself, and then the transformation within your physical world, and making choices now from this standpoint that are going to be beneficial in the long run. I'm seeing the Page of Wands in reverse with the Five of Cups. Tell me what that's about. I feel it's very similar to this energy here up at the top with the Seven of Cups in reverse. I feel like this Page of Wands is wanting to move forward. You do want to move forward. You do. I feel like there's certain types of I don't know how to say that phrase. Something being thrown to the cares being thrown to the wayside. Maybe I'm not sure what that saying is, but I feel like there's some. You want to be a lot more carefree, and right now I feel like that's not really happening, because remember I said earlier that it may feel like I don't know if that was this reading or not. Now I was just second guessing myself. There's an energy of I'm not seeing what's happening in my physical world change, but I am meeting a lot of opposition, or I'm not feeling 100% about it, about the change that's happening in my life. Okay, that's what I'm feeling with this Page of Wands. Hopefully that made sense. This Page of Wands in reverse with this Five of Cups just feels like sometimes you're not really feeling excited about the change that's happening because you can't see it. You're really seeing the a lot more maybe pushback from the changes that you're trying to make. You're feeling maybe a little bit emotionally drained. You might feel like it's exhausting to some extent, where you thought that while you were freeing up all of these things that it would be a lot lighter on you. And it will be, and at some point in time, things will feel completely different. But right now, going through the process of elimination, weeding out, going through that process is just uncomfortable. And so sometimes in your it just doesn't feel good. And so in your magician, where you're creating this new life, or you're creating these new dynamics for yourself, you're thinking, it feels like you think it would feel differently. And right now it feels a little bit not as happy as you thought it would be, hopefully. Okay. Also, I'm hearing, don't let others' misery drag you in. Okay. So don't let others' misery pull you down. Okay. Let's clarify the Magician, please. Okay. In this one. Okay. The Magician, what is clarifying the Magician is the Five of Wands and the Emperor, but they're both in reverse. I think this is a completely different deck, but I was doing a reading the other day, and I'm pretty sure I got these cards in this gilded tarot deck. Okay. The Emperor, the Five of Wands, and the Fool all in reverse. This is what's being clarified by the Magician. What I feel like is that you're creating something that is a lot more seamless. You're no longer wanting to be in, I guess, a dictatorship. I feel like you are you're a lot more allowing. You're a lot more in flow. I also feel like there's that energy of as above, so below. That's usually how the emperor presents himself, right? With one hand holding and then the other hand pointing down. I think the magician also has the same type of stance with a pointing up and a pointing down. So as above, so below type of energy. And because I see I just feel that like this is as above, so below. What you're doing is mentally, emotionally, you're creating a new environment, and then down here in the world, you're executing it. With the Emperor in reverse, I see that you're not just being, a complete dictatorship. You're not just being bossy or anything like that. But I also feel like you're correcting situations where you were in type like dictatorship type of situations or relationships, right? I feel like you're no longer wanting to argue and bicker and fight. You're no longer wanting to deal with rudeness or rude people, over passively aggressive things. I just feel like you're really just finally standing up and saying, I don't want to do this anymore, which is where this magician energy is coming from. You're saying, you know what, I want to weed all of this stuff out. And so I feel like that actually seeing them in the reverse like this doesn't feel like bad energy at all. It actually feels really good. I just feel like what you're doing is you're changing the dynamic of how you're going to move forward, and you're removing anybody or anything that was causing you stagnancy. Okay. I also hear, even though you are the magician and you're in magician mode, you're not in total control. And that's just basically saying you are creating and you are manifesting, but it is all going to happen in divine timing. Okay, so never forget that. Just keep continuing to do, what it is that you're doing, but just know that it's going to happen whenever it's divinely meant to happen. So be mindful of that. Again, I really feel like this is just a release. Five of Wands usually talks about some like petty conflicts sometimes, some, just things, right? Just that might, some bickering or, but I'm seeing it in the reverse. So there's just no more of that. We're releasing that. We're not doing that. We're letting that go. The Fool, look, leaning back, letting go, right? Really being able to find that release. Now, I do see the Fool hold in reverse, and I feel like this is not because you're not releasing anything. I just feel like the universe is saying it's going to happen when it's supposed to happen. It's just not time for you to take that leap. But I don't feel like you're not going to do it. I just feel like just recognize that even though you're taking these leaps right now, or you're falling off the edge right now, and you're saying, wait a minute, I thought the universe was gonna catch me. You haven't hit the ground yet, for one, so it's still cradling you, and it is coming. So just continue to weed out the things that are not serving you. The Emperor in reverse, I'm seeing that as you just being someone who is willing to take charge, but also willing to receive direction. And that's why I heard that you're not in total control. And that's good. You don't want to be too much of a dictatorship. The Emperor in reverse can sometimes be very, very, just for lack of better terms, an asshole. Right? Micromanaging, bossy, it just rude, it can be just not a good leader. And I don't feel that here. I feel like you are capable of both, being a good leader as well as a good follower, and that you're releasing all of that. I'm not feeling the Emperor is being this tyrant here. I'm feeling like there's a lot of release, that you've allowed a lot of that release within yourself and releasing others in your life who carry this bickery, argumentative, stagnant energy. I feel like you are really creating removing all of that. Okay. I definitely feel like you're doing that. All right. Let's get some advice here. I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. Let's see what we got. Okay. Guidance for the snare energy, please. Nice. You have the Three of Gabriel with the Sun card. Two very good energies for the center energy, which was the Four of Wands in reverse with the Four of Pentacles. Okay. Here these cards say life is wonderful. Thrive through the power of positive thinking. Okay. Remember we talked about that, being emotionally aware and then making decisions from a wise standpoint, right? So, an inspiring success, which I definitely feel like that is what you're creating here with the Magician, seeing the Nine of Pentacles energy, as well as the Emperor. All very successful, happy energies or good energies that you can, even the Queen of Swords is great energy to be in, okay? The Three of Pentacles, prosperity arising from wise planning, okay? Wise planning, that's that Knight of Pentacles. Remember, taking your time to make decisions that were going to benefit you in the long run. That's what we talked about. Time to take the next step, okay? Optimistic plans that turn out as expected, okay? So remember, you are manifesting and you are going to see some outcomes, but they may not be coming in right now. And that's where I was feeling that energy. But stay positive and know that things will turn out very well, okay? That they're just not going to turn out probably when you want them to. And that might be what's kind of dragging you down. It's like you're like, I'm making these changes, I'm doing these things, and I'm just feeling like this ain't working. I'm not seeing necessarily all of the benefits of making these changes, but that you will. You will. You may not even be seeing them, but you have learned them. So you've grown. Even if you may are not fully recognizing it, you have grown a lot. Okay. I love it. I love it. I love it. Any other advice? The Ten of Gabriel. Okay. This Ten of Gabriel, it says, ask your angels for helpful people to lighten your load. You may be working too many hours and trying too hard to please others. Okay, this is the energy that I want you to, that I feel like you're releasing. This feels Ten of Wands-ish to me, right? But it also feels very much like these three, right? Where you are creating something, but it doesn't seem to be coming through, right? And I think you're doing a lot of work to build this whatever it is, but I think that you might be feeling like it's not happening, and I want you to make sure that you ask for help if you need it. Also, to remember to think positively, right? Keep your attitude in the right place. If you need a break, take a break. But it's going to be very important here for you to make sure that you're doing things for the right reasons, especially while you're manifesting. It's really important that the reason that you're doing the things that you're doing, you're very clear on. Okay, because if you you want to make sure that you don't get burnt out and that you quit before you actually get to your success, because it's definitely there. It's definitely there. Just make sure that you know when to say when. Is that what you want? Know when to say when? Yeah. If you're tired, take a break. If you're feeling overwhelmed, speak up. The Eight of Michael. You can be free. Make a courageous choice to change your situation and maybe possibly not seeing things clearly. Eight of Michael, Ten of Gabriel. This feels like Ten of Wands, Eight of Swords. Basically, what I'm hearing here is do not get caught up, okay, in a mind trap is what this feels like. While you're swimming around and diving deep into those emotions, make sure that you don't get so emotionally in the depths that you can't rationally think about things, okay? You can't rationally see your way back out. Sometimes when we dive emotionally deep like that, we can get stuck, and we can get stuck in this Five of Wands energy, and we can't seem to move forward. That's why this Page of Wands would be in reverse, because we're stuck looking like this is not what it was supposed to be. Remember, in this process, as the Magician, you're really creating, right? In this process, you're just letting it drain. You're just sitting there and watching all of your hard work over here go down the drain. Okay, you don't want to be in that energy at all. Okay, be mindful of your emotions and know when you are leaning too far into the depths of negativity or sorrow, and then be able to snatch yourself back up and remember that you have great things that you are creating and great things that are coming in for you. Okay, so I'm going to wrap it up. We're going to take a Wisdom of the Oracle deck, or actually, yeah, we'll take a Wisdom of the Oracle deck card and snatch up the book to read any tidbits that might be in there for you. And we'll close out the reading for sure. I'm saying that, and then of course I don't know where the book is. Ah, there we go. In the box. Alrighty. One card, please. Overall advice, please. Go the distance. Card number 47. Okay. Card number 47. Again, I feel like this is encouragement for this Three of Gabriel and the Sun card. Great things are coming in. Great possibilities, great opportunities. The work that you're doing right now is paying off, even though you may not see it. You are planting plentiful seeds. You are planting bountiful seeds. Just be patient. Give it time. There's going to be plenty for you to harvest and pluck from. You will be provided for, okay? Do not let yourself get caught up in the nonsense or of others, or the negative thinking of others. Do not allow your emotions to take over you and make you make mistakes or fall back into situations that you don't want to be in. Okay, so let's see, 47. Okay, it says endurance, strength, the long haul. Okay, to bring your dream to life, you must think long term and pay no attention to the fluctuations in the current of your experience. Remember, long term. Okay, pay no attention to this right here. Don't let this bring you down. That's going to slow you down. Don't get caught up in this Ten of Wands, Eight of Swords energy. Don't get caught up in this negative attitude down here, okay? Joy and disappointment commingle with opportunities. So there is no need to fear the occasional obstacle, right? So you know things are going to pop up, so don't fear. You already know. Life is not a sprint. This card is a reminder that you have the endurance, strength, and fortitude to carry yourself all the way. Remain true to yourself, for your authenticity alone will keep you in alignment with the energy of miracles. What is yours will never be withheld from you. Always remember that. Okay? And you also may be calling in, or you are in a harmonious relationship that will be able to withstand the test of time. Okay? The power of regeneration is coming into any relationships that are salvaged as you're making this new energy, as you're regenerating the relationships that go from the past or like how into the new are very time tested. They're strong relationships. They're powerful. So be mindful of those. And when it comes to prosperity, it says that remember that your most precious dreams are not about instant gratification, but enduring prosperity. Okay, the long haul, right? How can I make decisions and choices that are going to benefit me over time for longevity? Okay, I love that. It says this is a time to think long term and engage in continued actions. You will experience momentum as you translate the ebb and flow into slow and steady movements forward. Your efforts, ideas, and hard work now can lead to greater riches than you can even imagine. So stoke the fire that an uninterrupted stream of energy is available to support you in all phases of your manifestations. And be assured that you are in the right place right now. It has been an absolute pleasure to have this conversation with you. I enjoyed spending this time. I ask you to join me again. Leave me some comments if you want. And let's do this again. We will talk again soon.